everybody. Me and Oreo on the front seat just hanging out in the parking lot of our favorite Dollar Tree. Jim has run inside to get some things that we had a necessity on the list, and I really wanted to go in. My home health had to go early today. She had to help her mom out. Actually, she came early, so she got her hours in, but we were gonna originally just go from the doctor's appointment to the Dollar Tree to pick up the Walmart grocery pickup. But things changed a little bit, and there's a couple of things that we needed from the Dollar Tree. So hopefully we'll have a Dollar Tree haul for you later. But Oreo, do you want to say hi to the people? Are you too busy smelling all the smells? Just so you know, Oreo does not drive in the front seat. She actually drives secure in her buckle, her case, or her harness. She is just in the front seat while we're sitting here waiting for Daddy so she could smell all the smells and spend time with her mom. She is a good girl. She needs a bath though. She got a little puppy dandruff. We got a little puppy shampoo for her dandruff. Why, mamas? Oh, you see all the people? Do you want to go sit on that seat? You see all the people? She really is a very good girl. Is your mama's good girl? Hey. Your mama's good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay, you want to go that way? And look out that window? Do I have to hold your leash? Oh, she's got balloons. See that? Sorry, I kind of forgot you guys were there. I apologize. Say hi. Do you want to come on the other front seat? It's the beginning of the month, and it's a really nice day out, and everybody is out today. So we're out in droves and numbers. We went for coffee to Scooters. I wanted to just talk about a couple of things that came up in the comments, and I know it's not from the people who pay attention, like Karen and Margaret Rose and, you know, Nellie and Cecilia and I want to pronounce it right. It's Cecilia and Cicely. I think I'm probably saying it wrong. Sierra. Anyway, I know it's not for you guys because you listen. But there's a couple of things. So Jim had a video that just basically he vented again. He vented with a conversation we've had since, and I know we're going to do a live stream together, so we'll address it together. But it did bring up a couple of questions. Why? One person said, why did I get a dog if I'm poor? If I can't afford good food and to feed the dog, why get a dog? I will tell you something. I really think it's important to feed animals like they were people. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't mean feed them people food, but like feed them nutritiously, get them exercise, and make sure they drink plenty of. But I'm not gonna lie. If it's the difference between euthanizing a dog and giving her cheap food, you think she would rather have cheap food? Do you think that her being homeless or having cheap food, eating out of garbage cans, and possibly getting run over by a car, is that really better? Like, that I give her a happy home and I feed her, I take care of her. I don't think that that's better. I don't think that not having her, because I can't feed her gourmet food. You know, like, yes, there is very strong opinions there about crap and dog food. But listen, if the dog was... if she was homeless or abandoned, she would eat a lot worse than I can buy her cheap food. Now, by the way, I didn't buy her cheap food. I bought her puppy chow. Now, is puppy chow blue? No, it's not. Is puppy chow that gourmet stuff that comes in the refrigerator? No, it's not. But I don't think I can afford that. But I can still afford to feed her 3 squares, snacks, treats, even if they're not the best treats. And I'll be honest with you, I can afford a little bit more better treats. And I didn't know that all about. I looked at those carryouts, which she loves, but only one that I found so far. We have the sausages, the chicken strips, the bacon strips, and the beef chunks and the steak chunks. Only the steak chunks or the beef chunks, I'm not exactly sure the name, actually have meat as the first ingredient. The rest of them all have wheat as the first ingredient. And the meat that's in the first ingredient in the beef chunks is actually chicken. So, you want to go see the little lady? Go ahead. She might not love doggies, so.
I love your hair.
Let me just roll down the window. She wants to roll down the window. You say hi? You want to say hi? Anyway, say bye. She's just smelling everything. But anyway, like, what's the alternative? You know, you have to think about this. There is no black and white in this world. There's no black and white in this world. Everything is in shades of gray. And I don't mean like abuse or, you know, neglect or any of that stuff. But I'm thinking like, you know, there's always balance. You can't just be poor all the time, you know, unless you're homeless. So what, like, I have a YouTube channel, so obviously I have a phone and I have internet. So I'm not, like, when I say I'm poor, first of all, I don't remember saying I was poor. I used to say I was poor growing up. Now I just say, like, I'm broke for the next couple of weeks. Or maybe I did say I was poor for the next couple of weeks, maybe just as an expression. But somebody said, if you're poor, you said you were poor on a live stream, and I'm like, well, to me, that's obviously, I have a home, so I'm not poor, and I have food on my table, and it may not be the most nutritious food, or in your opinion, but I'm not poor, you know. I'm broke. I mean, I have a budget that I get paid once a month now, and I have to budget it properly. And the thing is, with my particular particular assistance that I'm on, the Social Security, the SSI that I'm on, is supplemental, and it changes month to month, and I really don't ever know until like right before I get it how much it's going to be. So it's hard to budget for the thing that you don't know how to budget for, if that makes any sense. And then the other thing is, what they do is they're a couple of months behind. So I think I mentioned this in a previous video, so if you saw it already, I'm sorry, but they're a couple of months behind. So like, if Jim made extra money in December, then I might not get full pay in February, but that doesn't mean like might not make full pay in February. So it's like it's a whole balancing act that we're just starting to learn. I only started getting reduced payments in November, and they weren't even reduced by that much. And then they replaced it. So basically, they took $78 out in this November for September, and then they gave it back to me a couple of weeks later. Ma'am, what are you trying to do? Is there food down there? Anyway, she's like trying to dig into the seat, so just want to make sure there's nobody's old French fries down in the seat or whatever, because I can't promise you that because I haven't been driving. But anyway, so it's just a lot to learn. We're learning how to balance. We're learning how to pay attention to when the money comes in. So basically, for an example, Jimmy worked a little extra. He got a pay raise after his 90 days, and it came into effect this paycheck that he just got. So now we know that he got paid a little bit more this paycheck. Then in 2 months, we're going to get a little bit less SSI. So I have to budget for that, and I have to pay ahead on things. I have to put money away to pay. But here's another thing: you can't really have a savings account with the SSI. If you do, it can only be like $200 or something. Like, I mean, it's enough to carry us over for those months, but it's hard. It's just a hard balancing act. It's a lot of bills that we had that we weren't living above our means at the point, but then our means lessened, which is weird. Like, you don't know when your means are going to change. So it's sort of like, why do we have credit cards? Why do we have credit in this country? But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother vlog, for a whole nother day. You want to come back up? Want to come back up to Mama? You want to come back up? You enjoy yourself? Are you enjoying the breeze? She's such a good girl. So that was one person addressed asked about how I shouldn't have a dog because of that. The other thing is, we get and give more love to this animal, and it is really like, she may not be technically an emotional support animal or a therapy dog and or a service dog yet, but the amount of affection and love that we get and give to her is worth every ounce of work or every bit of something that I'm trying to say. You know, it's worth everything. It's worth everything to me. What's up? Wanna come see me? Wanna come see me? Come see Mama's? Come on. Oh, such a big girl. Oh, she's getting so big. Oh, she's upside down. So I wanted to show you guys her bite tag. This is her bite tag. On the back is a QMR code specific to Oreo. And also, if you could see, she chewed it. I think they have a guarantee. I'm not 100% sure. I thought I read that. If it's, if they chew on it and it makes it disappear. But we tested it even with the bite marks, and the QMR code still works. We did move it on her, and I said to Jim, it's not a big deal, because as soon as she grows a tiny bit bigger for her harness, then that's a great balloon. As soon as she gets to be a tiny bit bigger for her harness, it's going to go on her back, so she won't even be able to bite it, because that's where the loop is for her tag on the harness. But she is an amazingly wonderful addition to the family. Just an amazingly wonderful addition. The other thing somebody had mentioned about me saying that I was poor. And if I'm poor, how can I afford this, that, the other thing? So do you know, like, you can be broke on Monday and have money on Tuesday? We've had this conversation before. When you live paycheck to paycheck, which we have pretty much always lived, because every time we've tried to save money for something, some disaster ends up happening, which is like, yeah, not great. But you can have money on Monday and not have money on Tuesday. It's like, it's that possible, yeah, just the whole concept of people thinking like they know your whole story when you tell them as much as you can within reason. That's the part that's really difficult to understand, And then people coming to me, people who I thought were my friends, and saying like, oh, if this is true about you, that you're not really like this. And I'm like, why do you all choose to believe my husband over me? Like, that part I don't understand. And I realized, I said it to Mom, and I've realized this before. It is a size bias. It's hard to imagine for a lot of people in the world, and especially in the United States of America, that somebody who is plus size is not lazy, and somebody who is plus size really loves themselves and has self-confidence. It's hard for them to understand. It is. And they want to believe the narrative that fat people are lazy. And whenever you see something or that may question whether or not, basically to fit your narrative. Oh! Don't lick up my nose. If you see something that fits your narrative. So like when I was stuck in bed because of all the wound cares and the injuries and stuff. When I was stuck in bed that whole time, it fit the narrative that people think that fat people are lazy and want to be catered to. What you see on my 600-pound life and that kind of thing. That's easy for them. It's easy. It fits their narrative. It solidifies what their beliefs were, and that's what they run with. So not like the fact that you've only known me since 2016, and since 2016 to 2020, I did everything. I worked my ass off. I walked. I did shopping. I did the decorating. I did the cleaning. I did the cooking. That was not something you're going to pay attention to. You're only going to pay attention to the things that fit your narrative. So if I said cleaning with limitations. So I've had bad knees since I was in my 20s, and I played ball, and I got hurt really bad. And then I fell at work and I got hurt really bad on the other knee. And then ever since then, I've had limitations. I have a genetic type of arthritis. It's not rheumatoid. It's something that basically I was going to get arthritis instead of getting it when I was in my 50s. Because of my weight, I got it earlier, but I was getting arthritis either way. Like I was having this arthritis either way. So, yes, having the extra weight does exacerbate it. But the other thing I can't get anybody to understand is that, girl, get your booty out of my face. What are you trying to do, sister? Come on. What is it you're trying to do? Sit behind me again? Does anybody else have these problems? Is this puppy problems 101? Anyway, so the same thing goes for my husband, which is it was part of the conversation we had. And I said, Jim, I worked my ass off before I met you, when we were together, all the time up until I moved here. And then when I moved here, I couldn't work my ass off, but I tried so hard to get a job that would make money, that would help support the family. Like, I was so used to supporting my family. It was really, he didn't realize how hard it was for me. He thought it was just like, no, it's your turn. Like, I'm passing you the ball. It's your turn. Let's go. So it took a while for him to understand that that was really hard for me. And that's one of the reasons we started YouTube. I was trying to figure out a way I can help my family and still have, like, work with my limitations. You know, when I was 16, my first job, I was a cashier. You know, cashier, and then I worked up to a price check girl. And and all the jobs that I've had always have been like, sorry about the messy hair, but dog just pulled the hat off. All the jobs that I've had have been, yes, ma'am, can I help you? Don't lick my earring. I'm gonna just talk to you guys like this. All the jobs that I've always had have been on my feet until I was like when did I become a site coordinator first time? I was 34. When I was 34 years old was the first time I got a job behind a desk. Full time, because you know when you're a house manager and assistant manager, you work behind a desk. But it was 34 when I became a site coordinator, and that was the first time I had like a desk job. Still worked with the individuals, still helped cooking, helped them teaching how to do this, teach them how to do that, take on errands. You know, still worked like an activities coach a little bit, but mostly it was paperwork and doing scheduling and that kind of stuff. So. Hi. Now she's gonna be calm. Now she found her position. She's stuck behind my back. She's pushing me away from the chair, and now she's like, all right, I'm good. I'm gonna sit here. Oh my goodness. Anyhow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, what are you doing? Oh my goodness. Hold on a second, everybody. Well, Jim's back.
Come here. Oreo.
She's very comfortable. Do you want me to get her, Jim? Or you got her?
I got her.
All right. Don't put her in her thing yet, honey, okay? Because we're gonna on the way. Sorry. Don't strap her in yet. Hold on. So I know. Just hang on to her for a second. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna go. Look out on the regular channel for a Dollar Tree haul. It's pretty small because it was only $16, but that's because they didn't have everything, he said. But I see something that I wanted that I got, so I will catch in with you guys later. Listen, nobody's told you you're loved today. You can always come by and hear how much I love you, because I love you guys very much. And as always, you take care. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Say bye to people. Bye, Oreo. Say goodbye, Oreo. Say bye.